Graphing by plotting points. The first thing we want to do is to get y by itself in the equation. So if your equation is not solved for y, do this first and it will make it a lot easier to get your ordered pairs. We first want to make a chart and we're going to select some values for x. Here I've created a chart and we want to select some values for x. Always pick small values which will appear on the graph that you're using. And a good idea is to always have at least 3 points. Any 2 points will form a line, but if you have a third point, you have a checkpoint to make sure that your points do line up. I have selected the points 1, 0, and -1. This way we have a positive number, a negative number, and 0, which will spread our points out and give us a good line. So first we want to put in 1 for x and solve to find y. You can see here that I've put 1 in place of x and I've solved the equation and found that y is 3. So I want to put this number in our chart of ordered pairs. Next, let's put 0 in place of x and solve to find y. When we solve our equation, we find that y equals 1, so we want to add this to our chart. We have our second ordered pair, 0, 1, so now let's take our last value for x and put -1 in place of x. When we solve our last equation, we find that y equals -1, so we want to add this to our chart. We have our 3 ordered pairs, and now let's plot each of them on the graph. First we plot 1, 3. Go right to 1 on the x-axis and then go up to +3 and make a point. Next let's graph 0, 1. We start at the point 0, 0. We don't go left or right on x and go up to +1 on y. And last, let's graph our point -1, -1. Now we have our 3 points on the graph and we're ready to draw a line through them. There, you have our line. Some tips on graphing using plotting points is to always solve your equation for y first. Pick values for x. Pick small values that will show on your graph. And it's a good idea to have at least 3 points because any 2 will form a line. But pick values for x, put these values in, solve to find y, and this gives you some ordered pairs to plot. And then graph your points and draw a line through them.